Money. Ha ha ha. Money. What do you do with it? What do you do if you haven't got it? And how do you keep making it so that you don't have to be concerned about it anymore? And it's a pretty tough topic because a lot of people talk about money as if it's a bad thing. So I'm going to ask, the first question is this: how do you feel about money? Do you feel that it's important to have it? Have you ever tried to live without it? Do you feel that being wealthy is a good or a bad thing? And I've got this great question. Is it possible that if you're a really nasty, horrible person and you're poor and you then become rich, is it possible that you just become a nasty, horrible, rich person? Is it possible that if you're a gorgeous person, friendly, happy, respectful, kind, and you're poor and then you become wealthy, that you just become a beautiful, kind, lovely, respectful, wealthy person? There seems to be an interesting disconnect that really nice people are poor, and when they become wealthy, they become horrible people. Here's an even better question. Is it possible that everybody is different and everybody responds or reacts to money differently, and we'll never know how nice or kind or respectful somebody is until they're under pressure? So sometimes the pressure is people are poor and they're nasty and horrible because they don't have any money and they're stressed about having no money. And then other people become nasty and horrible. Do they become nasty and horrible when they become wealthy? Or were they always nasty and horrible and now they just happen to be wealthy? And I don't have answers to any of those. What I do know is that I've met some very beautiful people who are very wealthy. I've met some really horrible, miserable, grumpy people who are very wealthy. But I've also met the exact same combination. Some really horrible, nasty, terrible people who have no money, and some beautiful, gorgeous, respectful people who do have money. So my only question is this: what do you need? What is the amount of money that you need to live your life where you have freedom and choice? And I think that's the beautiful thing about money. In a Western world, if you don't have money, how much freedom do you have and how much choice do you have? Versus if you have complete freedom and choice in your life so that you can live where you want to, go where you want to go, eat the food that you want to eat, wear the clothes that you want to wear, send your kids to the schools or educate them in a way that you want to educate them, they're all called choices. And is it possible that having money gives us more choices? Does money make us happy? Of course not, because there's some really miserable people that are very, very wealthy. But if we don't have the stress of having to worry about money, and I'll ask a different question: is money in control of your life because you don't have enough of it? So if you have to look at a price tag, if you have to be worried about how much money you spend, if you make decisions based on, I really want to have that, but I can't afford it, so now money's controlling your life. But if you're financially free, where you can buy whatever you want to, you can go wherever you want to, you can do all the things that you want to do and never have to look at a price tag or never have to ask how much does it cost, because you've got the financial means to be able to do all the things that you want to do, is it possible that you are now in control of your life? And I ask those questions because the stress of not having enough money often makes people miserable and angry and depressed, and they fight with their partner, and money causes a lot of challenges. Would that be fair? There are plenty of challenges at the other end, I can assure you. And I'm sharing this with you because I've been at both ends. I've certainly lived as a person who's had absolutely no money. I used some examples when I lived in Europe where there were some decisions made about whether or not to put petrol in the car or eat food, and I usually put petrol in the car because that meant that I could get to my place of work, and I could then earn money to eat food. And they're the best times of my life because for me, money is not about happiness. I've had some of the most awesome times where I've had absolutely no money. I've been very privileged. I was on the Australian Young Rich list, so one of the richest people in Australia under the age of 40, and it was really interesting, and I just share this as a very fun side note, is that when I was contacted by the press to say, Rowie, you're one of the richest people in Australia under the age of 40, I said, really, how much am I worth? because money for me is not important. It's not the money that's important, it's the freedom and choice that's important. But for me, I'll go a step further. If you do what you love, if you're doing what you're passionate about, if you keep getting better at what you do because you're learning and studying and educating and training and getting better and better, and if you're adding massive value to people's lives, is it possible that the financial rewards will come automatically? And I'm going to ask that again. If you do what you're passionate about, if you keep getting better and better at it, and if you add massive value to other people's lives, isn't that the definition of financial success? How could you not be financially successful? And you could pick anything, whether you're a sports person or a musician or a doctor or a business person or a landscape gardener or a builder, it doesn't matter. If you do it because you love it, and you keep getting better at it, and you add massive value to your customers and clients, your fans' lives, your associates' lives, is it possible that they will automatically want to invest money in you? And that's what I was taught at a very young age, and that's why money has never been a challenge for me. And I would love that situation to be the same for you. I hate seeing people struggle for money. I don't think it's complicated. I think that sweet spot which I've just shared, the sweet spot of do what you love, keep getting better at it, add massive value to people's lives. You'll love every day. Would that be fair? The money will come automatically, and then people will say to you, you're one of the richest people in whatever country you're in. How did that happen for you? And I always share that exact same, that question was asked of me, and my exact same response has always been, when you're healthy, fit and strong, when you do what you love, when you are wanting to keep getting better and better at what you do, and when you want to add massive value to people's lives, you love what you do, so you don't care about the money, but the money happens automatically. And the beautiful thing about financial freedom is exactly that. And I always use these examples. If you are in a situation where you want to ride your bike everywhere, freedom and choice says you can ride whatever bike you want, and you never have to have a car. But it also means that if you're in an emergency situation and you need to have a car, you probably don't need a car. You can probably get a helicopter or a private jet so that you can get to wherever you need to go in a big hurry because you've got the financial means to do that. That's called choice. If you're travelling, you might choose to travel in economy class because you're quite happy to do that. And I've got plenty of wealthy friends who they take the money that they save on business class or first class when they travel, they donate that money to charity, and they travel in economy class when they fly. But if they're stuck somewhere and the only seats available are first class seats to get home, they can afford to pay those first class tickets and not get stuck. But if you don't have financial freedom and there's only first class tickets available and you can only afford economy, that means you might get stuck in a foreign country for a long period of time. I'm just using that as an example. I would love for money not to control your life so that you can afford all the things that you want. You can go all the places that you want to go, do all the things that you want to do, buy all the things that you want to buy, experience all the things that you want to experience without having money control that situation. And is it possible that if you focus on doing what you love, keep getting better at it, add massive value to people's lives, that the money will come automatically, and then you don't have to be, where's my next dollar coming from, because the dollars will keep coming. But you're doing what you love, so it's not about the money. And that for me is a beautiful cycle, a beautiful circle, a beautiful way to live life. So if you want to have financial freedom, to be able to do all the things that you want to do, I'm going to ask those 3 questions. Are you doing what you are the most passionate about, or do you have a lousy, stinking, rotten job to pay your lousy, stinking, rotten bills? And can you see why that just probably won't work? If you do what you love, the next question is, are you always aiming to get better at it? Are you training, educating, learning, updating your education on a regular basis? And it's a silly question, because if you're doing what you love, of course you want to keep getting better at it. So the training and education is not I have to, it's I want to, because I want to keep getting better at what I do. And then that simple question, if you do what you love and you're really good at it, is it possible that whoever you're involved with will want part of that? I use the word passion for a reason, pass I on. If you're passionate about something, is it possible that the other people associated with you will want to be involved with what you do? If you're really good at your sport because you keep training and getting better at it, is it possible that more people want to come and watch you play your sport? and there's every top level golfer, tennis player, soccer player, rugby league player, all of those people will tell you that, and they're on big contracts and they earn lots of money, but the best in the world, first of all, don't do it for the money. They do it because they're really passionate about it. But isn't that funny? They keep getting better at it. More people come and watch them play, buy their merchandise, and consequently they're financially free. It's a simple process. So please don't get caught up in the rich people are all horrible. There's some really horrible people that are poor. Would that be fair? Yes, there are some really horrible people that are rich. But I think if they were poor, they would still be horrible. I think that we get to choose who we are. We get to choose what kind of financial situation we want to have. And out of the 4 things that I always chat about at Romax, I'm here every day for this reason. I'd love you to be healthy, fit and strong. I'd love you to have a career or business that you love. I'd love you to be financially free and have great people in your life. That's what Romax is all about. Out of those 4 things, the easiest one is financial freedom. Because if you stick to the sweet spot and do what you're passionate about, keep getting better at it and add massive value to people's lives, you too will have as much money as you could possibly want or need. And isn't it awesome that when you've got more money than you need, you can then do very special things with your money, which is charity causes. You can give it away if you want to. That's the beautiful thing about freedom and choice, isn't it? That you can give it away if you want to. So rather than not become wealthy, if you think that being wealthy is going to make you not a very nice person, how about become wealthy first and find out? And then if you don't need the money, give it all away. What a great place to be. Being able to give because you can. Being able to go places because you can. Being able to live a life the way you want to live it because you can. Thank you for coming to Romax. May you be living your life to the max. Woohoo! Money. It's a rich person's world. No, it's not. It's a happy person's world. Woohoo!